Anthropic just dropped Opus 4.8, and to understand why this release looks the way it does, you have to know what the last 2 months have been like for them. Developers hitting Claude Code rate limits mid-session, people canceling their Max plans, and OpenAI offering Claude Code users 2 free months to switch to Codex. And to make matters worse, GPT-5.5 leading most of the coding benchmarks that matter. So the big question today is Anthropic finally back, or they just dropped something that's kind of catching up to OpenAI? So let's get into it. So if we just start with the model, Opus 4.8 replaces 4.7 and is out today everywhere, and the cool thing is that this is the same price, $5 per million input tokens and $25 per output, so there's no change there. Obviously, with every single new drop, there are a couple of things to know on the benchmark sides. They are up across coding, agentic tasks, reasoning, and knowledge work. Anthropic made this model ahead of 4.7 obviously on every test in their table, and ahead of GPT-5.5 basically across the board except for one, which is agentic terminal coding. But the change Anthropic spends most of the time isn't actually on the score, it's how honest the model is. The problem they're describing is one you probably hit as well. Models jump to conclusions. They say a task is done when it actually isn't, or claim a fix worked when the bug is still there. Anthropic says 4.8 is better at not doing that. The specific claim by Anthropic is that on their evaluations, 4.8 is about 4 times less likely than 4.7 to let flaws in its own code go by without flagging them. So now when the model isn't sure, it's more likely to say so instead of just presenting work as finished. That doesn't show up in benchmark numbers obviously, but it changes how it feels to work with. There's also an alignment note too. Their team says 4.8 scores higher on supporting what the user is trying to do with lower deception rates, closest to their best aligned model so far, which is obviously the Mythos model. Obviously that's a company self-report, so weigh that accordingly to your own experience, but the honesty in code claim is something that we will all be testing over the next couple of weeks. Now the biggest technical piece, a new Claude Code feature called Dynamic Workflows, is in research preview. The way it works is like this. Normally an agent does one pass at your problem. With Dynamic Workflows, you give it a big task and Claude writes his own orchestration script, breaks the task into subtasks, and runs those across tens to hundreds of sub-agents at the same time. The part that makes it more than just parallel work is the checking feature that they added. Some agents attempt the problem from independent angles, other agents try to refute what those found. It keeps on looping until the answer converges, then verifies the output before it comes back to you. The coordination happens outside the conversation, so the plan doesn't drift as the task gets bigger, and if a run is interrupted, it resumes instead of restarting. It's actually built for code-based wide bug hunts, security audits, large migration across thousands of files and language ports, and work that previously took weeks, which kind of sounds very similar to what Mythos is supposed to do as a model. So it could be that Opus 4.8 could actually be a model that's a distilled version of Mythos 1. That's just my guess based off what we're seeing so far. Now 2 practical notes. Number 1, it uses far more tokens than a normal Claude Code session, so keep that in mind. So Anthropic recommends starting on a small task, and the first time a workflow triggers, it shows you what's about to run and asks you to confirm. It's also available on Max, Team, and Enterprise plans, plus the API. 2 smaller things also ship. First is effort control. There's now a setting next to the model picker for how much effort Claude puts into a response. You can turn it up and it thinks more and gives you better answers, or you can turn it down and it responds faster and uses your limits more slowly. 4.8 defaults to high, but you can push it to extra or max, and it's on every plan, free included. Second is fast mode. This is a version of Opus that runs 2.5 times faster than the normal output speed, and it has the same intelligence, just faster. The big change is the cost. Fast mode for 4.8 is 3 times cheaper than it was on previous models, $10 per million input tokens, and $50 for output. So keep that price in mind when you're using it. Before we continue, we just launched the Universe of AI newsletter. If you want to stay on top of AI news without having to hunt for it, link is in the description. Don't miss out. One key important thing a lot of people are going to miss, and I don't want you guys to be one of them, is that this is not a model Anthropic is banking on to become the best model in the market at the moment. This is, as they are saying, a modest but tangible improvement compared to Opus 4.7. This is not a model that's been trained on a new foundational model or anything like that. They're actually holding back, and we know why they're holding back. Now, a lot of people now, when they hear Mythos, the first sign that goes off in their head is that this is a marketing model. This is a marketing model. That could be the case. But what Anthropic is saying is that they're going to release a new class of model with even higher intelligence than Opus, and they mentioned Project Glasswing, so we know what they're referring to, obviously Claude Mythos Preview, And that model is something that they're saying is a completely different model, a different foundational model than Opus. And they're saying that's their most intelligent model. So they are on purpose holding back this model. Now, their reasoning they keep mentioning is because of cybersecurity reasons. They want to make sure that big companies, big software engineers, everyone in the space that actually are building real products have an opportunity to test the model and buff up their cybersecurity capabilities and protect their software. That's their reasoning. A lot of people like us who are watching this, who are monitoring this, it feels like Anthropic is using that as a marketing tactic to, number one, boost up their relevance in the market and, obviously build some hype before the model comes out. I am actually changing my mind a little. I think this is a model that's definitely going to be a stronger model. Hopefully it comes out soon and we actually get to test it, because if Anthropic doesn't release something that's actually as powerful as they say Mythos is going to be, a lot of people are obviously going to cancel their Claude plans. And we've actually started to see that because over the last 2 months, people have been switching over to Codex. GPT-5.5 is pretty good and it's pretty competitive. And OpenAI is obviously not slowing down either. There's already early leaks that GPT-5.6 is coming. So Anthropic's play of dropping 4.8 to kind of bandage the problem right now, I don't know if that is a smart strategy move. I think it's time for them to drop Mythos model very soon. And hopefully we get that new model by June. Who knows? So I'm going to show you guys a couple of generations from the new model, Opus 4.8. The first one you're looking at is a macOS clone that I asked it to create. And one thing I liked about this version, if you look at the design side of things, it looks very, very similar to what macOS looks like. For example, if I click on this system setting, it's the first time I've seen a model make something that looks this close to it. And remember, this is all one-shotted. Obviously, when we look at the SVG icons at the bottom, is it the best? Definitely not. But what will be crazy is when I show you guys this, for example, this Note app looks very identical to the actual Notes app that you see on macOS. So this is pretty cool. Can I actually type stuff? Yes, I can. So there are some features that work. And then if we look at the Finder, we have AirDrop applications, Finder, Safari. Can we open up the Safari from here? No, we can't, but we can open it up from here. And it's okay. It's not like amazing, but as I said, what I really liked, what really blew me away with this generation was how accurate everything looks to an actual Mac. And can we click on this stuff? No, we can't. We have the setting icon, which once again, this one is less similar to what we see on the left over here, but it's not bad. Like, can we actually change the display? Yeah, we can. You can see it's going darker and brighter. And then we have the sound. Obviously, I don't have anything playing. Then we have focus on, off, Wi-Fi, off, on. So cool features like that. Then we have a trash can. We have no files to throw in there. But this is what I mean. Like, this model is definitely good when it comes to design capabilities, but it's not a crazy jump. And then if we look at another example, this is a Minecraft clone I told it to create. So let's click on this. So you can see we actually are able to move around everything. It looks clear. And this is the first time I've done a one-shot generation where like things look pretty coherent. Like I'm flying up and down right now. And the map is, I think is obviously not an infinity map. It's only loaded in some features. So I'm not complaining, but I can actually break stuff. I can actually place stuff. For example, I'm placing in wool right now. So this model is really good at one-shot coding capabilities. Obviously, you have to play around with this and to see how it is in actual production. But based on what I've seen so far, it's definitely an upgrade compared to Opus 4.7. But as I said, this is still like a moderate jump compared to Opus 4.7. You're not going to be mind blown. You're not going to be using the model and be like, oh my God, this is like state of the art. This is something so crazy. It's not there yet. We know that's probably going to come when they drop Mythos Preview 1. But based off what I'm seeing so far, Anthropic could be back. Yes, they are back definitely when it comes to raw capabilities of their model. But the biggest constraint is not always the models. They always have the best models, is how they are able to serve those models. You can have the best product, but if you can't serve it to your consumers and make it reliable to use where they actually enjoy using it, what's the point, right? It's like going to a restaurant, ordering the best item on the menu, and then not being able to get that consistency every single time you go back, or being served something that technically should be good on paper, but isn't actually performing, or it doesn't look that appetizing. It's the same analogy I would use with these model providers. You can have the best model fine-tuned for the best benchmarks, but if people can't actually use it and keep it in production, what's the point, right? So that's my opinion on the new model. I'm happy that Anthropic is finally back a little, puts the competition up again. This means OpenAI has to rush their GPT-5.6 release soon. Hopefully they don't rush it and actually train the model to become better than Opus 4.8. But I'm excited for Mythos 1 preview, and I'll cover the newest model from OpenAI and Anthropic as soon as they drop. But that's it for today's video. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. Follow our new newsletter as well at universeofai.beehive.com. As well, subscribe to the main channel World of AI and support us on X by following the Universe of AI Z as well. Until then, I'll see you guys in the next video.